It'll be 1 to go this time by. Coming to the green, buddy, coming to the green. Let's go get him. Go, 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 go.
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway.
You don't get closed-minded, and I don't think to be really good here, you got to be open-minded about the fact that just because it felt like a certain field the previous time you were here, it may not be that way this time to be really fast again. So you have to be open-minded with it. Dude, I'm calling him with questions. I mean, he's kind of been the guy that I can call at 11 or 12 o'clock at night after Hendrick and Gibbs has gone to sleep and Childress has gone to sleep. So Kevin and I talk about it a lot. I mean, I'm not sure that I think he would know what to do already. I mean, he's done the truck program and the nationwide program enough that I don't believe I'd have to tell him anything. I mean, I think he's still a smarter car owner than I am right now.
I think Kyle proved last year he can win at any racetrack every week, and I think everybody's known Kurt can do it. When Kurt was at Roush, and I was in real good stuff and was with Jimmy Fanning, and their personalities work so well together. I mean, that was kind of the magic in my opinion, and it's taken a while to get that back, going at Penske, but certainly if he can get that relationship going with Pat and they can get their stuff running good enough, Kurt's more than capable of winning every week too. So I mean, they certainly could keep winning.
Yeah, I'm proud of the fact that I'm outperforming a guy that replaced me in Hendrick, but that's not what this sport's all about. This sport is to be the most consistent and to keep learning and to keep getting better and ultimately to try to win championships. And so for me, I'm out there winning races right now, but like last year, we weren't able to capitalize on that and win the championship. So that was frustrating to me. I'm trying to get back to, winning those races now and hopefully being able to carry that into the chase and be able to run strong there. So as far as the comments that I made last week, listen, he's got a lot of weight on his shoulders, but he's out there doing his best that he can do also. We don't really sit down and talk about the success and all that stuff. Grandma likes to. She likes to see it. She's probably the most pumped about it. But, Mom, she scored the most victory lane hats so far this year, so she's pretty proud of us too. But more so, I mean, it doesn't necessarily draw us any closer. It doesn't necessarily draw a fire between us. It's just, it's a part of what our success has brought us and what hopefully we can continue to do.
We both want to beat each other. We both want to race each other hard. But I think we're going to be both the first guy to congratulate the other one when we do win. And so it's just a really neat thing that's happened right now for our family, and that I've got a competitive team to race with. He's got that competitive team to race with, and we're both adding up good stats. And it can be a friendly relationship. It could be a good rivalry. But I think all along it's going to just have the structure of a sibling rivalry that I think that this sport has always prided itself on because of the family atmosphere here.
This place can get you pretty riled up, and it takes a while to really get over the fact that you're going to get run into and you're going to get beat around, and there's going to be situations during the day, no matter how good or bad you're running, that you get in situations where stuff's going to get banged up a little bit and not to get frustrated. So really just the mental aspect of it is as hard as just the driving part of it. I don't ever want to drive it. I think there's too much crossover for me from the driver-owner side. I'm perfectly happy doing what I'm doing from the driver's side, and I love that competitiveness. I think facility-wise, we have the facility and the foundation laid to be able to do Cup, but unless it's the right situation with the manufacturer and a sponsor and everything is right from a sponsorship side, we won't venture down that path until that is right. But I think the foundation is laid to do what we would need to do from a Cup side, but got to have the rest of it to go with it, and it has to be it would have to be a no-brainer. But I wouldn't be scared of it.
Really, it's nice to be back here. I enjoy coming to this track, and the just the difference in this place compared to every other track that we go to is makes it exciting to come to and to race at each year. The way you drive it, the way what the cars do here, to me it's a lot of fun, and the fans, and it's kind of like a family type track.
But we need wins. The point series nowadays, you got to have wins going into that chase for bonus points as well as momentum, and then you got to tear it up in those final 10 races, and they have to be good tracks for you, and that's something that we're working really hard on right now, is to get to victory lane and to get ourselves in a position that we can really focus on being better than we've been in the past.
I mean, obviously, it's a huge challenge. This racetrack is it's just a tough racetrack. It's a lot of fun to come here and race. There's so much history here, and it's really cool because this racetrack's essentially like it was 30, 40, 50 years ago, and I think that's really cool. So it's always fun to come here. It's a very tough racetrack. It's very demanding. It's a really long race, and coming here it's going to be a challenge. I think that facts are the facts. I mean, it sits right there in front of you that some people have more success here, and that's not out of luck. This is one of those tracks that back in the when you were allowed to test, it was a huge commitment to come here and test, because the things that you learn here are essentially only count for here. So if you get up an advantage, you hold that for a while, because the opportunity to go learn somewhere else other than here is limited. And when you go to Richmond, you don't learn anything from Martinsville. When you go to Phoenix, you don't learn anything from Martinsville. So the rate of learn is low at this racetrack.
That's a joke that I started with Ty Norris. I heard some football player say something that he was a franchise. I can't remember who it was, and I was like, wow, that's a pretty bold statement. And so we ran good one day, and Ty and I were talking after the race, and I was like, well, Ty, I am the franchise, don't you? And completely a joke. I mean, it's. I can't even remember now. Maybe it was Vegas or something like that, I think, where we run well, and it was just like so completely ridiculous, which is why it was funny. And I don't think that at all, but it's kind of taken off, unbeknownst to me, and now it's got around a lot. So we have a lot of fun with it, and we do have a lot of fun with our race team and the people around me, especially the people that work upstairs. I like to go in there and just sit down and throw my feet up on their desk and act like I'm somebody when I'm not.
This is a racetrack where you really, really have to hit your marks and not make a mistake. If you're going for that qualifying, that sitting on the pole, it can bite you. The least little bit getting in the corner too hard isn't worth the risk of slipping up and going from maybe a pole run to a 30th place run, because that's all it takes. We've really went the extra mile this year to try to hone in on this racetrack in particular, using that track over at Rockingham. If anything holds true over there, we have a lot of speed over there. We've been over there with some other teams, and I feel like we stand up as good as anybody at that track. Now, if that pays off over here, only time will tell.